What is up, people? How are we doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Straight back in it. How is everyone today? I hope everyone's good. We currently have a few trades running in profit right now. AU being one of them. U-Chef being another one floating around right now. GU and EU, we're in a little bit higher as we didn't actually get in at the point of entry. But we'll see what's going to happen with these. Now, we do have a news announcement coming up in a little while. I believe it's... I say a little while, I believe it's 50 minutes away. Yeah, so we are probably going to have some pre-news consolidation. It's generally what's going to happen. If we hit the buffer of 30 to 20 minutes pre-news, we will probably look to mitigate any open positions. You're better off closing out trades at a partial than getting wiped out by a spike at news, slippage and so on. You know, it's going to be one of those things. We had this beautiful area yesterday given, but price never came back to tap us in until later in the afternoon, and then it started running. Now, we had cancelled our orders out at this point. This is why we have this one trade down as no entry. Also, partial run there on oil this morning. I say this morning, early hours of this morning. Now, I am listening out currently because I am taking collection of an iPhone 16 today. The first iPhone that I'm officially ever going to own. I've always been Android until that time, until now. So I've got to listen out. It's being delivered to the office. And I believe, let me just double check, the delivery time, let me see, is between 1 and 2. So 20 minutes on from now until 2. So I have to keep my ears open for that. Also, the NAS 100 tab yesterday. Remember we showed you this one yesterday? We didn't take it because it ran down into like 1 to 5 before it came back. When it came back, it absolutely blasted again. So that was pretty insane, to be honest. That was pretty insane, that one. So I think what we should do is we should take any questions that we have right now. Any questions that anyone has, any requests, anything in general that anyone wants to ask. Let's do that now, and then we can get into some of the pairs and what we're looking at and so on. XRP still holding strong right now. Still holding strong on XRP right there. The better view is on like the daily, hourly. Still surpassing new highs again. Bitcoin, kind of. But we know that it's like relatively subdued right now. We're waiting for it to come back into a bullish bias, which will happen if we stay above the, what is this, 95880 sort of level? Or 95900 level. Then we'll have bullish bias again on that. But we were bearish through this whole move here, so that's pretty good, right? Let's have a look at Ethereum. Ethereum's still down bad as well. Dogecoin, I always like to look at Dogecoin just to indulge my own interests. This is, I'm better off turning this off. This is a pair that I got completely free through an airdrop, but I got it down here, so it's big pumps compared to, a lot of the price action across the crypto. XRP holding its own right now, sitting at an all-time high almost, or nearly breaching an all-time high. Let's see. If you're invested in crypto, let me know what crypto you're invested in. Let me know. Are you holding long term? Are you holding short term? Are you even involved at all? Some people it's not their kind of thing, so they just don't bother getting involved. Which is fair enough. GJ as well, we're bearish on this. We had the entry up here. Price action never actually delivered for us, unfortunately. Now, right now, the pairs that we're in, except for AU and GU, we are lingering around. So EU and USHEF, they're both lingering around. GU is giving quite a nice little sell move down, and AU is doing the same. Let me show you here. But Euro is just lingering, and USHEF is also lingering. So we'll see. So remember, guys, if you're not already in the Discord, make sure you join the Discord. Let's have a look at some of the pairs that we haven't had anything for today. So NAS 100. We took out so this is daily. This was taken out over here though. This is daily as well. This was also taken out here. So if you have watched the counter trade video, which I imagine a lot of you have if you've already watched the Keep It Simple series, then you would know what relevance the daily highs and lows have depending on what your bias is. Alright, so when you're looking at this being a daily low, and then you see this, you know what that means. Right? Back to the daily here. We actually need to change this so it's not visible on the daily. We don't need to see this on the daily. Bosh, there we go. We can just add these in ourselves, right? Remember, we are in development. We are having some development delays with Orion currently, but that is part of development. It's how it goes sometimes, right? But this is what I've said before. We don't need to have the indicator. We can do it solely without any indicators at all. And you guys can do the same. Now, of course, it's always going to be easier when you've got something being done for you. A daily low, yeah. Also. So if you are a member of the Discord, make sure you say hi in there. Would appreciate it. It's right here like that. Now what we actually will do, go here. Get rid of the dailies. There we go. So Euro starting to line back up with that biasing that we were looking for. Again, aiming for the nearest lows. GU, same thing. We're aiming for the nearest lows right here. Gold, no setup right now, but we are looking towards... Excuse me. Let's get rid of that. We don't need to see that on... Is that new? Anchor? Probably not, right? This and this. Cool. I still need to get a new mouse. I was looking at... show you. Where are we? Come on now. There's some wacky mount like mice. I know that. There's some wacky mice. Right, 1 second. I'll show you what I'm looking at right now. Cheap end Logitech M720. We got fireworks today? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. For some reason, I can't adjust the size of that. I don't know why that is. I was looking at this. Right, let me get this across here. 1 second. The JLabs, you see that? Now the reason I say that is because I've got a JLabs microphone, and it is consistent, super consistent. The reason why as well I'm looking towards the JLabs is because it looks pretty similar to what I have now. So I know it's going to be relatively comfy. Let's have a look. 720. Okay, let me see. M720. Doesn't even look like they have anything on here. Headphones, Nintendo Switch. No, they definitely don't. Okay, let me see. Euro finally starting to give us that move that we were looking for. Finally giving us that move. Choose one that gamers use. Probably a good idea to do that. I would agree. So before we carry on looking at mice, Euro moving nicely, GU moving nicely, UChef starting to move nicely, AU moving nicely. That's across the board. That's pretty decent. We can deal with that. It's not every day that all your trades go in your favor. Okay, so I'm just gonna have a look here. M720. What the Logitech M27. I can't even speak. The triathlon? The 720 triathlon. How much are they? Do we know? Wait, what did you say it was? 720, yeah. Okay, so it's like 50. It's like 50, which is pretty decent. It looks like relatively comfy. It looks ambidextrous, doesn't it? It's so ambidextrous. Okay, it looks pretty good. That's what I've got now. I got a Logitech. That's the only thing with the Logitech was they don't seem to have the best life. You know, they seem to have like a relatively short lifespan. I've got a what is it? MX Master right now. I got one of these. Most comfortable but expensive, yeah. This is what I have right now. To be fair, this isn't far off the price. This is £57, and the other one was 50. So it's like, you know, kind of similar, I suppose. Yeah, this is what I have. That's what I have right now. Super comfortable. But you know the thing with it is, right? In this part, you know, I'm just gonna use the pen. Use the Epic pen 1 second. So in this part here, there's a button in there, right? And what happens is over time, where your finger just like naturally rests on here, it causes that button to stick, and as soon as that button sticks, it stops the other buttons operating. So you have to take it apart, release the screws on that so it's got movement again, and then the mouse starts working again. I've had to do that to mine. It's got to the point now where that's not an issue anymore, but the dongle now just decides that it wants to disconnect and reconnect like as it pleases, which again is probably the most frustrating thing. So I'm just using my wireless, whatever it's called, T-Dagger wired, not wireless, wired T-Dagger fucking half-ass gaming. I don't even know what it is. Some gaming mouse thingy. Okay, so how long we got till news? We've got 35 minutes, so we're probably going to look to mitigate some of these positions. Just because we don't really want to be holding through news. So we're going to start off with the positions that we can put into a protective stance. So anything we can bring our stops into profit. So we do that with AU. Euro, we're not really in a position to do that because of the way that it's Euros here, by the way. We're not really in a position to bring our stops into profit. So we'll probably look to actually just close this out instead. GU, we can bring our stops into profit. So we've got quite a lot of room there. Again, this is just precautionary for news because, like I've said before, it's all good holding on to something through news, but that one time when you don't get the movement you're looking for and you get slipped out by like 1% more than you're willing to risk, that's when you're going to start to realize that it's not worth holding. If you have a position that's protected, all good. Probability of you losing a protected position and taking like a major loss on top is not as probable. It can still happen, but it's not as probable. That's why we don't want to bring anything really to break even. We want to bring stuff into profit if we can. Okay, so what do we have now that's in play? We have U-Chef, AU. Right, we've protected everything. We've closed out anything that is too far out. Let's go with the M720. Okay. I'll go with the M720 off of your both of your recommendations. I won a Valorant tournament with an M720. I reckon it was all skill void. I don't think the mouse had anything to do with it. We could have given him a mouse from Wish. He would have won. Okay, I'm going for the M720. Let me see if I can find it. M720. I'm just going onto Amazon. Is there like different variations of it? Or is it just the singular M720? Hard travel case for the M720. Wow. $38.50. I miss my gaming days. Yeah, I mean, I'm the same though, because I used to game quite a bit. I haven't played games in ages, like the longest time. But to be honest with you, when I go back and look at the amount of time I spent on them, I'm like, yeah, that was pretty ridiculous that I spent that amount of time, on a game. Like, that's crazy. Let me adjust this quickly. 1 second. I transfer this across. Sorry guys, that's like right in your face right now. Here we go. We're gonna make this smaller. 1 second. Let's leave it as 4, shall we? And then we'll reduce it down, and we're gonna put it here. I'll be back in 1 second, guys. Right, I'm back. It's taken delivery of the iPhone. Let's open her up. Have a look. I'm not going to get it out of the box and set it up just yet. I can't be bothered to do that. But we will open up the security seal and make sure that I've been delivered the right one. We will do that. Jesus, they made this hard to get into. Wow. They did pack that up well, didn't they? Holy. They made this so hard to get into. Oh, wow. I don't know what they sealed this up with, but goddamn. If I was, like, elderly or had some kind of accessibility issues, there's no way I'd be able to get into this thing. There's no way. I'm literally using a Stanley knife blade. Well, not a Stanley knife blade, but a sharp razor blade. And I can't seem to get into this thing. Right, okay, right. We're on to something now. There we go. And after all that, it still hasn't opened. You know what? I'm actually giving up with this. I can just go over there. Yeah. We'll check that in a bit. Okay, so back to where we were earlier. Euro's still sitting around just lingering. Let's go back to USHEF here. USHEF actually starting to push up again. Slightly, very slightly. We're just waiting for news to come in. You can see that we have news 27 minutes. Actually scroll down here. Yeah, 27 minutes. So the ideal would be that we just get a nice solid move in our direction and our protected orders stay protected and we get a nice little profit move off of the news. That would be the ideal. But it doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. So we have to be realistic with our understanding that price may not actually want to just do that. It might want to fuck around. It might want to do whatever it may want to do beforehand. So we shall see. We shall see. Okay. Right, so not long till news now, guys. Not long at all until news. $25 minutes. I repeat, 25 minutes. But let's just poke our heads into some of these other pairs here. Hey, wait a minute. That was the entry that we got for this morning. Sorry, no, it wasn't the entry we got for this. Because of the fact that we came up, put an equal low, then we came up. We're not taking that, right? Now, based off of the same thing, with AU, if this had not been given and you got an entry here, you wouldn't be taking that either, more than likely. We had a couple of setups yesterday on GJ. This one didn't work out and this was too close to market close, so we didn't take that. But it did end up running down beautifully. Now we're still in the same biasing here. We were looking for bearish bias. We'll see what happens coming forwards into the news event. So what's your views on the news event, guys? What are you looking to happen? What do you want to see? Do you not have a bias for it at all? Are you just waiting to see what happens, seeing what the outcome is? So right now, we're just letting news make its way up till time. When time comes in, we will then look for the news results. Very simple, right? Making sure that you reduce your exposure during this time is pretty much essential. Again, you guys can do whatever it is that you like, but I recommend you to follow the procedure that I follow, which is giving yourself a buffer pre-news and post-news. Because you will see price action start to act slightly differently the closer you get to news. Okay, so now we've got all of our positions protected. There is nothing more for us to do, really. It's set for sit back and let price do its thing. Sit back and relax. What do you guys think is going to happen during news? Right now, looking like this is going to come back and tap us out at BE. But so be it. This is why we have the points in place that we have. Remember, safety nets are there to catch you. They're not there to catch you out. So I need a case now. I need a case for this chunky Pro Max that I now have. Because she is thick. She definitely be thick. Gold position running since yesterday. Took mostly off. Looking for 20-minute point trade. Or 20-point trade. Move on with your day? Yeah, of course, dude. I'm with you on that one, my man. Oh, this as well. I didn't show you guys this, did I? This was a sweep. We got swept out here on UJ. What a kicker. What a kicker. Damn, boy. And this is... But I can't even speak. If this had swept out a 4-hour low, we would have had a trade like this. But it didn't sweep out a 4-hour low. 15 minutes until the news. You could see Euro and GU take the highs, accumulate, crash back into the range. Dude, right now, I feel like anything is possible where we are. I don't think we bottomed in EU and GU yet. No, not at all. I'm still heavily bearish on these. Yeah, I'm still heavily bearish. So I'm not expecting anything to shift just yet. We shall see. Oh. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't think we've bottomed out either. Oh, yeah. Well, I think we're having a bit of sideways action right now, pre-news. Honestly, I think we're gonna see a shift up. I think we're gonna see a shift up. Okay, GU, we have a positional safety net hit. One. EU is probably going to do the same. Our positions are a little bit further up, but we'll probably be getting the same. U-Chef as well. That hasn't triggered. We're right down low on this. Same with AU. We're up high on AU. We're actually up around here. Are you trading news? Are you staying out of news? Let me know what you guys are doing. Guys, want to hear something satisfying? That was the protective screen coming off of the iPhone. That's one of the most satisfying things you can do, is peel a fresh screen. My gosh, that is so good. It just like itches a special part in your brain. I don't know why, but it does. It's kind of like throwing stuff onto ice. It makes that toon, 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 toon. Just like that. Okay. Right. Are you? I'm guessing you're long in Void, right? Right, I might go make a coffee in a second. Long in gold, yeah. You know what? We'll wait because it's only 5 minutes until CPI, so we'll wait until that comes in. So once the CPI news announcement's been and gone, we're probably gonna wrap things up and call it for the day. I mean, it's only what, 1:30. Remember, guys, if you are in the Discord, say hi. Two 20 points with just a runner. Yeah, of course. Okay. So we are going to make very soon a Orion trading system course. Very soon it's going to be happening. EU still lingering around here. We have 2 minutes. And we got stopped on those positions, but that is exactly why we have the protection that we have. Now, a good example, right, is we actually got slipped on those. We actually got slipped quite a bit on those. We still managed to take losses on 1, 2. Yeah, we still managed to take losses on those, even though we were protected. So a big push higher. And this is what I was saying before, guys. Yes, if you were going long, price is going in your favor. Awesome. But there's going to be times, like what I just had there, when you get taken out past the point where your protection is. Which in the case of what I was doing there is fine because I had very minimal risk on the table. So even with slippage, it ends up being a very minute amount. Slippage on here, slippage on here, slippage on here as well, and on here. So slippage across the board. So BE across there, BE on there. That's why you put those safety nets in place. Right? You're better off having safety nets and being caught than not having them and just ending up falling, right? Okay, so there's news. We're out of all positions. And I think that's where we're going to end the live stream right now. Thank you everyone for joining me. The results of the news came in at negative for the manufacturing index, positive for the CPI, inflation remains neutral, and CPI remains neutral as expected as well. So, a couple of fluctuations, but mainly what they were kind of expecting, which reflects back onto what we're seeing on the market. So, really nothing too crazy. Honestly, pretty mundane in terms of news. We still have opportunities here for Euro. The same thing for GU if it runs up higher. And then AU. Pretty much all the pairs, right? If you're following Orion, you'll know exactly what you're looking for. So I appreciate every single one of you for joining me. Hope everybody was safe during the news. And I'll see you all in tomorrow's live stream. Appreciate you all, guys. Peace and love as always. Trade safe. And always follow Orion. Love to every single one of you guys. Peace out.